Alrighty, let's go ahead and get on in here. Howdy, y'all. It's been a while. So yeah, hey, I'm alive. I know it's wild. How y'all been? You having a good week so far? It is Wednesday, right? I think it's Wednesday. So yeah, I didn't really know what to do today. I just wanted to come back and stream and say hello a little bit. Decided on Final Fantasy XIV. At some point this week, I think we'll probably do a little bit of No Man's Sky. Kind of depends on what the update today looks like. Sean's in the middle of posting his whole breakdown right now, so no official announcement yet as far as what the update involves. A lot of people are looking at the snowflake and thinking it's something to do with snow. I think it's probably what I've seen going around with something to do with fractals, but yeah, it'll be fun either way. I'm excited. But beyond that, I really wanted to say hello and thank everyone who stopped in and watched my newest Welcome Sprout episode. That's really why I haven't streamed a whole lot. It took so long to get that thing done, but it's done. It's out there. Couple days to cool off. Back to schedule. Okay. I know it's probably not a whole lot of new information. I mentioned before it was supposed to be just very, very basic, really made for Sprouts for people who are maybe looking into trying out the game. If you have friends that don't really know what the classes are or anything like that, just very, very simple stuff. But I appreciate everyone that came through and took a look at it. I thought it turned out pretty well. Just, a quick overview of what the jobs feel like what makes them unique, what is their overall gimmick. It's not meant to be a super hardcore, rotation breakdown or anything like that. It's really not made for people that are already comfortable for the game and looking for a little bit more in terms of efficiency and really getting into the weeds of their class, but more for those very entry level, I just bought Final Fantasy, what do I do now kind of players. So true sprouts. But overall, I thought it turned out pretty well. Man, it just took so long. It really wasn't even getting the footage or anything like that this time. Like, you know me. The footage to me is always the hard part. That's what takes so long. For that, it was just literally a hop into a dungeon on a job that seems like it's a fitting dungeon and go from there, right? It was a lot of the graphics in the actual video, the titles coming up on each job and that kind of thing. It's not hard work, but it is very tedious. I'm sure there's got to be a way to like save that kind of stuff as a template somewhere. I don't really know a whole lot in terms of Premiere templates and saving keyframes and that kind of thing. I don't know if that's possible, so I pretty much do it manually each time. But it got done. I think even if it had a template, I'm not entirely sure it really would have helped, because every time I had a new job, I had to bring over the new icons and that kind of thing, resize all of it. So yeah, it was just a lot of work. It was very tedious, and once I was done with that, it was just time to spend a couple of days just not doing anything. So it was a nice little break, nice little weekend. It's starting to get nice out to this week, so I've been trying to spend a little bit of time outside, get that vitamin D. Okay, so what do I need? Verberai Handicraft. Got it. And I think those need 3. So, yeah, it really wasn't like an action-packed weekend for me or anything like that. Just kind of enjoying a little bit of time off from this and gearing up for the actual job. I did officially start yesterday, and I'm pretty excited about it. And again, it's retail, but it's a store that I actually want to work at, so that's really here we go. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Again, it's a major bookstore. That's all I'll say about it. But beyond that, I mean, it is really a little bit closer to, my actual degree. It's interesting to kind of see things on the retail end as far as all of that stuff goes. The publishing industry just as a whole has been going through some stuff recently, quite a bit. So it's very interesting to see it from the other side, see it from the retail's end. I know a lot about like the publisher side of things, but seeing how things have changed in retail is very interesting. The publishing industry is really kind of going through some stuff, especially with things like how they're handling hardbacks versus mass market nowadays, that not everyone is necessarily into. So yeah, it's been interesting to kind of see how that's affected the retail environment and where things are going to go from there. I'm not entirely sure what that means going forward in terms of where are you groundwork? There we go. In terms of the industry, I think it's an interesting discussion to be had eventually. But I'm just enjoying having a paycheck for now, I think, more than anything else. I say it a lot, but I appreciate everyone that watches the channel and comes on in and says hello, but it doesn't make me a lot of money. That ad rev really doesn't add up at all. I think I've seen a few people say that somewhere around 1 million views gets you about like $4,000, which really, in the grand scheme of things, is not a lot. So, yeah, I like doing this, but it's time to pay the bills, right? So, they are being pretty good about my scheduling, so I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue in terms of what we're going to do here on this channel. Yeah, we'll go ahead and go with Prep Touch. So should still be able to stream, usually 4 times a week, if that. So really shouldn't affect too much going going forward. But just kind of a heads up that, you know, there will be a couple more breaks here and there compared to normal. Let's see. Man, the problem is I don't really know what exactly I want to do with my script. Like I'm going for Andon right now because I want to get all of this stuff done. I never finished his quest line, so this is the perfect opportunity to catch up on some much needed currency. But beyond that, like I'm not really sure for my next three if I want to go with gatherers or just keep crafting stuff. Because I really need it all, right? I've mentioned a billion times before that I feel like my bigger issue is crafting right now because I can't gather or yeah, my bigger deal is gathering because I can't gather all of the required crafts that or required mats that I need right now. So it's making it kind of difficult if I want to try and get my crafting gear back up. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure which route to go with this. Okay. Thankfully, I've got, I think, most of my rotation down at this point. That one was cutting into a little closer than I like. Let's see what my timers are looking like. So I've got 12 allowances, so I can do 3 more with Andon, close out his quest line, and then... Yeah, I really don't know what I want to do for the other 6. I'm basically just going for the perfectionist gear on... No. For me? See, I'm basically just going for the perfectionist gear, and then I can worry about crafting the indicator set, you know, a little bit later. I'm not super concerned with it. Ultimately, this is just to try and get me up to those high-level crafts for, like, food and stuff. Maybe a few housing items and whatnot. Just so I can get some income back in, more than anything else. After buying the house and doing some renovation, it's... Ooh. Leaves of inspiration. Making and selling all sorts of things. Sheepskin rugs, for instance. And they fetched a good price, too. I know about sheep fluff rugs. I make those on my island. A warm, fluffy rug in your house, too. Oh, it was very soft and lovely for snoozing. I did, didn't I? Hmm. Now what form? Hey, there we go. Just making our way through all of them. Yeah, I feel it. Have to restrain yourself. I do so love it when you bluster and fluster and wiggle. That's a description. Yeah, it's a cute quest line. Nothing beats Ellie Toe. I don't know how to pronounce the dragon names. Or Dragon Buddy and Ishgard. The mount you get is just too good, right? So yeah, I want to try and get this stuff done today, but there's a couple other weekly things I need to do. Probably maybe run a Glaya or something like that a little bit later on stream. So yeah, just no real plans. Just hanging out and chatting more than anything else. Gadge and 2 elves, a dwarf and a mistle. There's one more. Ooh, was it a Hume? Aw. Ardbert? Okay. What's that look for? Did you know Arbert as well? Well, this took a turn. What a coincidence. Well, I suppose he did traverse the realm on his various adventures, but he and his comrades spent a winter here once. They helped me with all sorts of little requests and errands, and at the end of a long day's work, we often broke bread together. Our first meeting was rather dramatic, though. I seemed to give them all quite a shock. But after that initial awkwardness, we became fast friends. If ever they ventured nearby, they would always make a point to call. Hmm. Wait, why were they so shocked by me? Something feels odd. Hmm? The plot thickens. Huh. Okay, so that's why we went back to old Shadowbringers for this one. Interesting. Considers you a friendly, familiar face. Okay. New quest continuing the story of Andon's efforts to regain his true form is now available. Upon its completion, the custom deliveries list for Andon will be updated. You travel far and wide as Ardbert once did. Tell me, what sort of encounter would leave one so forthright as a loss for words? Yeah, why not talk to Seto? Yeah, Seto, where have I heard that name? Oh, Ardbert's Amaro, was it? Wait a moment. I recognize a certain irony in my asking, but are you saying that this Amaro can speak? That's highly unusual, to say the least. I dare say I would be the one in shock if we were ever to meet. Rare occurrences, unexpected meetings? Oh, that's why none of Aoteir's glamours felt quite right. Kyra, call the Fairy King. I think I've remembered who I am. That was easy. Alright, show us the goods. It sounds not the way I meant it to. Eol, my most beautiful and beloved branch. Man, I look slick. I love the Weaver's outfit. It's cool that they have like glamour versions of all of this stuff in the Firmament now. I didn't realize that they had added that at some point, so very, very cool. Not that I need them now, because I can just... The joys of being an Omnicrafter, I guess. Oh, to be passionately behind my sweet sapling. My spirit is all song. Of course, of course. Your branches come up to offer the full extent of their power, just as they promised. Alright, Feol, do it. Heed me well. If these magics are to fail, you will melt in the earth as naught but an amalgamation of soil and grime. Have you remembered your true form? Marrow to the soul. Yes, I have, I think. Alright, well, what is it? Show us, Feol. Ah. Uh-oh. What is it? Ooh. 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 Oh, he's a Viera. Okay, then. I didn't expect that. It worked. I'm a person, a real person. Man. Wish it were that easy to say. Here I am, streaming on the internet and looking at Twitter all day. Is that really living? Is that our life now? Oh man. That's what I need to do. I woke up, I don't know if I just slept funny or what. I kind of had one of those like really deep power naps that it's kind of short, but it's heavy. You ever get those days where you just wake up and your body just feels like lead in the in your bed, right? It just feels like there's stones inside you. Not necessarily a bad feeling, it's just you're kind of coming out of that sleep. So your body can't really make sense of weight, so everything just feels heavy. That's what it was yesterday. Slept only for like 4 or 5 hours, if that. And yeah, it's something happened with my back, and I like you can tell it needs popped. But I'm so tall that none of the chairs are really like stable or sturdy enough in our house for me to do the whole lean back kind of thing. it really sucks. It's always like at that one part in the middle of my back that none of the chairs reach. Like I just really need to crack it. It's all coming back to me now. I left the Great Wood to explore the outside world, come to Vabert. Met my first sheep. Aw. If not for the flood. Let's go and see what became of it. You're leaving, Anton, but you never left. Not even when those white beasties came to slurp you up and crunch your bones. That's frightening. We pixies are not one to release the mortals we adore. Aw. As you yourself are one so favored by the Fae, I grant you permission to remain in the Kingdom of Rainbows if such is your wish. In your true and rightful form, of course. However, you are no longer bound to our land. You are free to travel the wide realm as does my brave sapling. Think carefully upon your decision, mortal, that you have no cause to regret it. I mean, he can come back, can he? Oh, I so enjoyed this time with you, my adorable, dearest sapling. Let us meet again. Yes, very soon. Oh, I always love Feo. Easily one of my favorite Shadowbringers characters. Always makes me happy to see them pop back on screen, even if briefly. Wish I could do the voice a little bit better. My Irish Duolingo lessons are long forgotten by now. I need to pick that up again, but Duolingo is just, it's very weird. Felt I was making progress, but it's very easy to forget, and it's kind of scattered progress. Now, they have updated it significantly since last time I opened up the app. I don't know, maybe that could be a stream at some point. Go back and pick up my Irish stuff again. The only thing I even really remember is Coarchus. Just congratulations. It's really, I don't know, I just like that word. Okay. I'm going to check the V settlements, huh? An ally of Ronka, boy, let me tell you. Me and Ronka, me and the Great Serpent, we're like this, man. Yeah, I've always wanted to like properly learn Irish, which I don't really even know if AOL is. They could be Scottish. I don't know. The accent's kind of hard to place sometimes. I think Scottish has like the downward lilt, upward, and Irish is more. I don't know like the technical differences all that much. I've always heard it compared like Scottish and Irish. Gaelic are kind of like Spanish is to Portuguese. Like that's like the comparison I've always heard. You can kind of get by, but not really. Turn me into a leaf man to protect me. Huh. I wonder what for. Thank you, Tyr. I need some time to speak alone. Go on ahead to Fano, would you? I'll meet you there. Aww. Pixies don't want them to leave. Okay. Gonna go here for the one quest and then have to port back. Love it. Love to see it. They have gotten better about it, but it still pops up every now and then, right? Alright, so speaking of more FF14 news, they just announced Little Ladies Day coming up March 1st. Looks like it's going to have a dance emote, which I'm always happy to collect dance emotes. But I think the big thing, the big question on everyone's mind at this point is going to be when the next live letter is for 6.35, which is going to be Loporit's Manderville quest line, Rella quest line. Excuse me. So I think right now the general idea is that they might announce it probably this week. And there's guessing that maybe March 2nd, whatever that Tuesday or Thursday happens to be. And then that next Tuesday will probably be the actual release. So it should be coming up here pretty soon. They've been usually doing 4 to 6 weeks between half step patches. So like 6.3 to 6.35. Um, so yeah, that'll be fun. If they do end up doing a live letter, it really depends on what day it's going to be on. I'm going to try and do a live stream of it. But with the new job, I don't know if I'll be able to do a live reaction. It probably won't be all that much if they even do a live letter for it. I think they usually do for 0.05 patches, but I'm not certain. So that's the next big thing coming up. And once that comes out, we'll have more to stream on this too. And that also means we should have, our top tier weapons and all of the catch-up stuff. So if you are joining in late on the tier, it'll be a really good opportunity to go back through and do P5S through P8S. Everyone should have basically the best gear you can get until the next tier comes out. Your department or your disciple of the hand and land stuff right now, the indicator stuff should be your top set through 7.0. Up until 7.0, whatever the new expansion happens to be. There should not be any major surprises in terms of new crafting gear. The only thing they will do is probably introduce some recipes with a higher cap. So it'll be a little bit harder to high quality some stuff. But there shouldn't be any major changes to the gear at that point. So that's good. There's really not a whole lot of changes on that front. Or Skillet, which makes you Talina. Just came back to me. Andon is my assumed name. You see, my birth name is Giltet. Saying Gillet, okay. This person who looks quite a lot like me is Talina, Giltet's younger sister. 'Tis an honor to make your acquaintance, ally of Ronka. Your village isn't very large. You probably saw me wandering around at some point. Saved a cat girl here once. Or spoke to me of your departure, but after the flood I'd given up on ever seeing you again. To willingly part with your name is one thing, but to forget it entirely. What did the outside world do to you, brother? That's what I say about returning to my hometown every time. What did this place do to me? I gotta say, man, outside world owns. No shame in not returning to your small hometown. Hard to believe what I'm hearing, Gildan. You were fleeing a mitigable disaster. Sheep to so much as seek shelter, spared certain death only by the caprice of the Fae. You spent the intervening time as a leaf man. Well, some people become leaf men, some people become streamers. Same difference. Although it was abandoning the village when we did spared many a fate worse than death. Many, but not all. Some fell to sin eaters, while others have since left the woods as you did. You may not find many you recognize here, Gilted. You decide to return to the Great Wood. Even so, however, I would welcome you. Aw. Best return to Ilmeg. Aw. His sheep. And Eoter. I also owe a great debt to someone there, the very same someone who transformed me. I too assumed that it made me into a leaf man on a whim, but that's not the case. The pixies aren't all bad. Just 90% crazy. Never make deals with pixies, remember that. Perhaps I can visit as my duties allow. Bring the sheep. I fly a sheep. It's not that hard. Change in the bush could shake you. Wow, she's smug. Low supply these days, so I suggest you leave here. You find yourself swarmed by suitors. Oh, it sounds like better fun than your sheep. I mean, I am on Balmong. I know how this goes. Certain hashtags on Twitter for that kind of thing. Your sage guidance is duly noted, sister. Brutally Tilina, I am glad to see you well. Alright. And best return to the hunt, but you have my thanks. That was a cute quest line. I can't complain. You know, I recently finished Charlemagne's as well. That one was really good. I did like Charlemagne's quite a bit, too. Kind of odd that there were two in the firmament, though. I mean, they made sense in the context of the story. It seems like they kind of like you floating around here and there, I guess. But I still need to decide what I want to do for the next one. Let's see. And soon we will be able to dress him up, I think, if I remember right. Man. Something in my eye again. Or maybe we should just run Aglaya. I honestly don't know if I need anything from there on this character. But I do need some more, normally I wouldn't skip quests like this, but we got the story. Friends with Ardbird. Saved his sister. We got it. I've done plenty of side quests over the years. It's fine. But anyways, I was gonna say I need more tomestones. Because even though I have all of my Aglaya gear, I obviously do not have my what's it called? Radiant or Lunar Envoy. I need my augmented Lunar Envoy so I could start slowly working up to getting 630 on everything. Should be nice. I'd like to get that done as soon as I can. As best as I can, anyway. There's a lot of farming. Sapling of... okay. I'm guessing... another Andon? Oh, he's split. Ordering a lump of leaves looks strikingly similar, like an Andon you once knew. Okay. That's fine. So we've got more than one Andon. Nope. Somebody opened my door. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Oh, that season's a coming, and I'm excited for it. I think spring is here. Normally we used to have Fool's Spring, or it'd be really warm for like 1 week in February, and just started freezing again. But it's looking like it's gonna be pretty nice all the way into March, so I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. I didn't hear the tornado siren go off once last year, and I was upset about it. This is the year. Oh, you found him. Okay. Very special reason. Will you hear it? Do I have a choice? I've known him. I've always longed to speak with Andon. Suddenly my wish came true, and now here I am, spending day after day, talking and laughing and playing with you both. I don't think any pixie has ever known such fun. To repay your kindness. Oh, and in 3. Is this my little minion pet? Didn't they show that off in the patch notes? Borrowed some of Andon's leaves after pruning him. Twist a branch here, nip a bud there, and there you have it. My own personal Andon. He's very jiggly for a pile of leaves. Jelly leaf. Alright. Andon horn? Sheep's horn emits a muted and somewhat confused sound. Brings Andon 3 rustling to your side. Okay. And a Leaf Man head. Okay. See, I thought the Leaf Man head was the minion, and I was getting an Andon mount somehow. That would have been awkward. Oh, I do need to do some more Crystal and Conflict, too. Because I've only just realized... It is a mount! Oh, that's cool. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Oh my god, it's jiggly. Oh my god, it's jiggly. That's cool. And somewhat terrifying. Alright. Let's go. This is okay. I didn't expect this. Alright, I'm glad I finished this questline. I slacked off on all of my turn-ins for too many years. And it turns out they've got some pretty neat little rewards. In addition to all of the script that you get, right? So yeah, hey. We're living the dream. Alright. Yeah, I noticed Crystal and Conflict. I think the mount is the watermelon Allegan ball, right? Like they use the old Easter egg that pops out, only now it's a watermelon. Huh. So yeah, I kind of want that mount. Can't lie. Okay, so what do we got here? What do I need now? More mountain garb. Okay. That should be easy. Boom. Custom deliveries. Mountain garb. Or manly rabbits. Alright. So yeah, that is another. That's all of the custom deliveries. I have officially finished them. I never thought I would see the day. I don't know what got me into crafting, but you know what? The need for money does some things. I'm not super worried about the collectability at this point. I'd much rather focus on getting my scrip, or getting all of this done more than anything else. Let's go move on. I'll do the other 6 later or something. Let's run some roulettes. It'll be a short stream today, just because, like I said, I'm kind of winding down from starting the new job. But it's, yeah. I cannot complain. Oh, no wonder I've been pressing the wrong one. Here we go. I was wondering why it was taking so long for me to get all of this leveled up. Like, when I was actually doing my leveling, like, my collectability would just skyrocket. And yeah, I've been using the wrong button. Whoops, my bad. There we go. Now let's do this. Hey, look what happens when you press the right buttons instead of the wrong buttons. Who would have thought? You guys are watching my guides, taking advice from me? What's wrong with you? Okay, there we go. Let's get this done. All right, now we're cruising. Now we're feeling it. Much easier. Much easier. All right. I am on the look for some new games. You know, I've been playing some more JRPGs, obviously off stream. Just because JRPGs are so hard to stream, you know. But I really want to try Wild Hearts. I've heard a lot of very interesting things about it, but the Steam reviews are saying it's kind of a bad port. I don't know if they have patched it yet, so it runs a little bit better than it used to. But yeah, Wild Heart looks like extremely my thing. I would really like to give that a look at some point. It's been a while since I played like a Monster Hunter game or Monster Hunter style game, right? So I think that would be a lot of fun. I've been watching some of my VTubers play, but I'm sure they're playing on like PS5 or something like that. They actually have the setup to do that, right? I could be so lucky. Okay, let's go ahead and buy our chess piece. I think that's gonna be probably the biggest thing at this point. Maybe not. Huh. What is the top end? I thought it was the Perfectionist set. The Scrip, okay. Yeah, I think it does look like a lot of fun. I think it's something I would really enjoy. But yeah, $70, and apparently it runs kind of rough on PC. So I'm still waiting on that one more than anything else. But I think that's something I would really like to look into after a paycheck or two if people are still interested in watching that at all, right? Let's go ahead and start working on getting our main and offhands, shall we? I think I can go ahead and round that out. 590 and yeah, okay. Perfectionist needle, Perfectionist spinning wheel. I'm doing my weaver, and then I'll probably do blacksmith next because those are the two that let me that really let you make gear for all of the other crafters. So if you're gonna like start looking into pact makers and stuff, that's kind of where you gotta start. And I'm losing all my materia doing this. Okay, there we go. Equip. Hooray, we did it. It would have been nice to get a piece for all of my crafters, but I can do that with the next round of 6 off stream. I think maybe I will go with crafters for the rest of my custom deliveries for the week. It just really sucks that there's not an easy way to really get a whole lot of script. You can do collectibles during the week, but it's such a small amount. And they're not easy to make either. Like, they take time to really get all of the materials and make sure you're HQing them and all that. It's just very inefficient. It's not a whole lot of fun. Like, they've done a lot of really great work with the crafting and gathering system over the years. But yeah, I'm still not really a huge fan of how hard it is to get script. Like, I can understand why, if you can go just straight up buy 590 gear. You know, if everyone can do it, then there goes your economy, right? But now that I'm finally Omnicrafter, and the fact that you really have to get that gear for every single crafter, it would be nicer if they made it easier. Gave you other alternatives to get the script. I know you can get like the white crafter script through just doing your squadron missions and stuff, but it's still not what I would call enjoyable or easy. It's all time gated. Oh wow, that was fast. Okay. Good morning. Hello. Hmm. All right, now I gotta remember my buttons. I've spent so long on crafters and gatherers that like I gotta remember everything. That was probably the hardest part of making the welcome sprout video. Like there were a lot of jobs. Not all of my jobs were at 90, so some of them you probably noticed I was doing lower level dungeons, right? And that was more out of because I had to. But the other thing is, some of them that I did have at 90, it's been a long time since I played them. And so I was really kind of struggling to try and make it look interesting when I did not at all understand how most of the mechanics and buttons work. Like Astrologian, I've touched Astrologian maybe twice ever. Like I have a general idea of how they work, enough for the video because of raid members and stuff like that, like listening to them explain it, and obviously reading the guide that Final Fantasy has on the FF website on the Lodestone. But yeah, it was an interesting experience touching some of those classes. Godspeed to anyone that does actually play Astrologian and Scholar, because I've got no idea what's going on with either of those. But I think the others turned out pretty well. Yeah, Red Mage is like, I don't even really need my UI on for Red Mage. It's all kind of muscle memory at this point. I even have a general idea of like what my mana is at, even when I'm not looking. Sage, I'm slowly getting there after leveling it up again, which was nice. I like Sage a lot. It is a lot of fun to play. So those were fun. Being able to turn off the UI and get, that sick gamer footage. Yeah, buddy, look at this intense action shot. Extreme. So that was a lot of fun. But yeah, some of the other ones, oof. Hopefully it looked all right, even though it was very clear going back and actually watching it, and that I was like pressing the same, maybe two buttons the entire time. There we go. And especially at that level, it's some of those dungeons I ran just for the aesthetic. Yeah, you're pretty much going to be stuck with just two buttons to begin with. But hopefully, it didn't turn out too bad. That's the thing. I'd like getting kind of creative with that kind of stuff, doing the cinematography aspect of it. It's very hard to do in a game like Final Fantasy. You can do it. There are ways, but I like that part of it. I like the actual directing aspect of it. I will say I like doing that a lot more than just getting gamer footage of me running an EX or something like that for one of the Talking the Red episodes. There we go. Man, it's been a while since I've done this. Streaming and doing this at the same time is probably not the best of ideas. It's fine. I need the practice. I need to get back into it. Yeah, doing the EX stuff. I mean, it's fun, but I'm not really directing anything. It's just like a normal raid night or whatever. The fun part of those for me is going back afterwards and actually doing the live playthrough of it, because I really do the Talking the Red like actual audio live, not during my stream, but I do go back and watch the footage and do it in real time without any cuts. Stuff like the welcome sprouts, those are all cut. Like all of that audio, I do several takes of it, usually break up those takes. split it over and over and over again, right? Do one paragraph, pause it, make sure it looks good, do the next paragraph. More traditional. So the Talking the Red stuff feels a little bit closer to like an actual sport, I guess. I like sportscasting. I like baseball. You know that. So, yeah, they're fun there in their own ways. The worst is when you're trying to do the footage for like some of my documentaries where it's literally just me playing the game and really nothing interesting is going on in the footage. I'm not able to like direct anything of it. It's just literally like I need footage of this game for this sequence, and that's really about it. Those are the ones where it's a little more fun to like write the script to it. Yeah, obviously that very worthwhile English degree of mine. You know, the script writing is a lot of fun. And I like coming up with like the flow of how it's going to go. But the actual putting together of the documentaries are a little less fun. They're the ones that definitely give you the most views, I think, as a YouTuber, I guess. So you kind of gotta do them every now and then. But man, they're a pain to make. They're just very uninteresting, to say nothing, right? Worse is when you need footage from like YouTube or something. You know, going back and getting footage of like some of those old commercials or something like that. To literally just like bringing up OBS, putting it on display capture, and just sitting there doing nothing for 5 minutes because you can't use the rest of your computer while it's doing that, essentially. Okay. Okay, I really gotta focus at this point. Let's try and prove to these guys that we're not just faffing about, alright? Don't you know who I am? I'm the Red Mage Guide Maker. Witness me. There we go. Okay, this one's kind of tricky because you gotta turn around for those couple of portions, which is, it's not hard, like it's an easy mechanic, it's just annoying losing that little bit of uptime. Here we go. But you know, if you do it well, then you get out of here faster, as long as we're all doing okay. You know, thankfully at this point in the patch cycle, everyone's kind of in that same mindset. Everyone's done this for so many runs. We're just here to get our tombstones. Really nothing to surprise us or anything like that. Makes it go a little bit faster. It's also a good time if you have not really run any of the new content. It's a really good time to do it because, again, everyone knows what they're doing, so it's very, very easy to get carried through all of it. I mean, it's not like a dungeon is ever going to give you too many issues, but once like the Manderville weapons come out for this next phase, then yeah, hop into some of those old extremes, man. That's easy stuff at this point. Here we go. Here we go. Nice little star there. It's a shame that we probably won't get an alliance, right? I forgot that it's not even 10 in the morning yet, so good luck. Good luck if you're DPS trying to get into an alliance raid this time of day. Sad part is I don't even really need company credits either. Otherwise, I'd be greeting on all of this stuff. Some of my other characters, too. Like, way behind. Tried to do some squadron missions on one of my ults the other day, and I was like, you don't have enough command credits to do this. It's been a while since I've seen that message. Oh no, please don't tell me I'm getting the hiccups. Okay. Doing this part's always a pain when you try doing this with trusts. It's just so slow. And because there's a couple sequences here that have the ads that spawn halfway through the fight, yeah, it's a pain to do a trust. I've never wiped on it, but I will admit that we've gotten pretty close sometimes. It's especially hard as a healer, I feel like. Trying to do this with trust as my sage. And Thankard, buddy, you're not holding up all that well. And there we go. Hopefully it'll get a little bit easier. But yeah, this sequence right here is probably one of the harder ones I think that I've had with my trust dungeons. Here we go. We're gonna get the extras that spawn here. Really annoying. Here we go. Thankfully, I think we've got more than enough AoE between the Reaper and I. Yeah, Reaper was another fun one, though. It's like I'm trying to get all this cool footage because their animations are really good. But I don't know what's going on with Reaper. So I'm just like pressing buttons. I don't have my UI on. I'm going in blind, man. I hope that my usual hotbar setup and how I normally arrange things was standardized enough to at least get me close. Start jumping around and porting across the map when I didn't really mean to. Alright, here we go. Scarmeleon. I do like the music, though. It did a very good job with the reprised FF4 music. Okay. This is another really kind of annoying fight with trusts. It just takes forever. I don't mind it being a little difficult. I do mind when it takes an hour. It's a little bit different for me. There we go. Alright, which way you going, buddy? Over there, got it. Oh man, I don't have my core up. That's alright. We'll slow boat it. That's why I got acceleration there for. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're making great time now that I'm actually getting back into the swing of it. Protect me. Nope. Okay, come on. Take it long enough. Ah. Come to me, brothers. Give him a moment here. And a magic barrier. There we go. Yeah, magic barrier is good. That was one thing that I really wanted to try and make sure I got the point across on. was roll actions in the video. And it's entirely because leveling my Sage, so many tanks that don't have Rampart on their bars, let alone arm's length. And you expect them to know arm's length when they don't even have Rampart up? Man. It was an interesting experience. Okay, what clipped my... I must have pressed a loose button on my mouse or something. It's about time for a new one. I've been saying that for a while now, but it really is. But yeah, you know, I really wanted to try and make sure I got the point across when it comes to roll actions. And, you know, if people are going to be looking at it because they're brand new to the game, like, make sure and tell them, like, hey, here are your roll actions, please use them. Some would say that might even be the entire reason I even made the video. There we go. Thank you all. But yeah, I hope I got the point across on that. The others, it's nice to make sure that your healers know about Asuna, but for the most part, I feel like most people kind of know what the roll actions are. But for some reason, man, tanks. Are tanks okay? Are you doing okay over there? Do you need help? Please. Please blink twice. Hey. Beatrice card. Where's Beatrice from? Is she the first boss in... Okay then. I didn't know there was a card for that. Alright, well, now that my back is killing me, I think it's about time. Thanks a ton for watching. Again, hello. I'm alive. Nice to see you. But yeah, we'll be back later this week. We'll probably do a little bit more 14. Probably some No Man's Sky, depending on how quickly I devour the new content that's coming out. And then yeah, we'll just play it by ear from there. I don't work again until next Monday, so we've got plenty of time. It's just kind of weird they're doing inventory this week, so bad time to start, right? No one to train me. But yeah, so we've got the rest of the week and into the weekend. So we'll do some more streams. I don't know if we're gonna start FF7 this week or not. I'd like to start it next week. Hopefully. We'll just take a look and cross our fingers. I think I'm off next Saturday. Maybe. We'll give it a shot. Maybe. So yeah, so we've got plenty that we can get working on. But I just want to let you know I am here. Again, thanks for watching the Welcome Sprout. If you like the channel, if you just want to come and hang out and chat, like, subscribe, you know the deal. we are fairly stress-free here, after all. But with that, I gotta go stretch or something. Man, it's sore, man. I don't know what's going on. But thanks a ton for watching, everyone. You enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. If you are being hit by everything up north, stay safe out there. If you're being hit by everything south, enjoy the weather, because it's my favorite. All right. Take care, everyone.